This week, Dante made a huge announcement by saying that the first ever Dante AV enabled products are finally ready to pre-order. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what Dante AV is and whether or not it's a good idea for your church to invest in it. So if you're not familiar with Dante is a way for all of your audio devices to be connected to each other through an Ethernet network that's managed by their Dante controller software. Dante, or Audinate, which is the company that created Dante the product, has made a lineup of hardware chipsets that can go into mixers or speakers or instrument panels or really anything that carries an audio signal, so that you can make every device in your audio network Ethernet compatible and Dante enabled. If you've never worked with a Dante system, it's pretty amazing to be able to connect anything in the system to any other thing in the system, whether it's a specific channel on a mixer or whether it's a different set of speakers for a different set of inputs and outputs. I mean, it's incredible. And you don't have to do any complicated diagrams or hunting for the right cable in just a pile of rat's nest. Everything is clean and everything is digital. What's new about Dante AV is that they've now announced the ability to do the same thing for video signal. This is a pretty big deal, to be able to route video from any source to any source also on the same Dante network has incredible potential to radically transform how we set up video and live streaming systems for churches and honestly for all sorts of industries that want to do any kind of live video transmission with audio. So we're going to start by talking about Dante AV's capabilities, what it can do, and then we're going to talk about its applications and the current equipment that's Dante AV enabled, and talk about whether or not your church should look into buying it. All right, so first, Dante AV works on the same 1 gig network infrastructure that Dante Audio already runs on, and they can work together. Dante AV works with the same Dante controller app that you've got audio built into and are using already, and it allows you to split out audio, video, and even control signals independently of each other through that one single Ethernet connection. So that means that you can independently route audio, video, and the signals from a PTZ type controller all through the same connection, but you're not married to keeping them combined, even if they're coming in from the same source. Now for video standards, Dante AV is able to carry a 4K 60 frame per second signal, which is pretty impressive, and it also is able to do that in 8 milliseconds of latency, which is very, very rapid. As usual, Dante's made life really easy, and so they have perfect AV sync built in. If you're really familiar with Dante, you know that it's a 1 millisecond network. That's the most amount of lag allowed over the network between devices. So the 8 milliseconds of lag for video is what allows the encoding and decoding time to happen on either end. In order to keep perfect sync, they build in a 7 millisecond lag for the audio that's coming at the same time through the same channel as the video, say if you have a camera with a microphone on it, or you're sending audio and video together out from a different source, it will automatically keep them in perfect sync to each other, which is really, really awesome. You don't have to do anything. It just automatically happens, just like Dante's always done. They made an interesting choice to use the JPEG 2000 codec for all the video coding and decoding. And I thought that was interesting because I don't know anybody who uses that. Apparently though, it's what's used in movie theaters, or at least the majority of digital movie theaters, because it's a lossless video codec. So it's able to transport 10-bit 444 data, and there's no loss upon multiple generations, which means that every time it's encoded and then decoded as if it's going from one device to another device, and then if it's going from a switcher out to another TV, that's another layer or another generation. It's not getting degraded. It's not making a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, which is a problem I've talked about in another video. That's a really nice feature if you're going to be sending video to multiple places through multiple layers of processing, is that it's going to show up exactly the same, visually lossless is the technical term, as you see it on the original input. The last thing to note is that it's HDCP compliant. That was a protocol put in place when HDMI cables and Blu-rays and DVDs first came out to prevent piracy of data. So it's an encryption and data protection layer that sometimes causes devices to not talk to each other when you plug in, say, a certain type of camera or plug in a DVD player to another kind of device. If they're not both HDCP compliant, it won't show up. So like I said before, it's been 18 months, almost 2 years since Dante AV was revealed and manufacturers were able to get their hands on those chips and on that software to be able to integrate them into products. This week, the big announcement was that there are some products finally to announce that use Dante AV. So there are 4 main products that got announced by 2 manufacturers. The Bolin company came out with 2 PTZ cameras, a 4K and a 1080, and they also came out with 2 decoders for those types of cameras to take that signal over IP and decode it back into either HDMI or SDI. Patton, the other manufacturer, created a transmitter and a receiver pair, which means that you can use any kind of camera over HDMI into the transmitter. It'll connect to the Dante network, and the receiver on the other end of the network will do the exact same. It'll decode it from IP over to HDMI or SDI. Before you go and put a pre-order down and stop your plans for whatever infrastructure upgrade you're doing right now, let's take a closer look to see if this is actually a good investment right now for churches who want to live stream. Obviously, price is always a consideration when it comes to new gear. The Patton transmitter and receiver, or encoder and decoder, whatever you want to call them, I could not find a listed price for anywhere, though they say they're available for pre-order, but you couldn't actually click anywhere to pre-order that I could find. So I'm not really sure what that looks like yet. For the Bolin products, they've got 2 cameras. The 4K one is $3,000, and the 1080p one with a 20x zoom is going to be $2,500. And then for their decoders, it's $1,900 for their HDMI one and $2,200 for their SDI version. The other critical factor about Dante AV that's important to know is that it carries 8 channels of audio, but only 1 channel of video. So what that means for those of us in live video world is that there's not the equivalent of a video switcher that's Dante enabled right now. I don't know if or when that will ever be possible, but right now you're not able to put all your cameras on the network and have them all route into one device that then outputs everything into a switcher type device so you can switch everything through IP. Does that mean that Dante AV is completely pointless? No. What it does mean is it's not taking the place of your switcher, but it will take the place of your matrix and your video board if you have one on stage. Because Dante AV has got such low latency, such high quality, and it has perfect AV sync, if you're getting your signal into your switcher with audio video sync, which you already should be doing, then it can take your program feed out and convert it from HDMI or SDI back into IP, and you can push that all throughout your building. You can use Dante AV to send video to an overlapping multi-projector, screen on stage, or even a multi-TV video wall or an LED wall that requires all that kind of coordination video-wise, because it's got great quality and no latency, and it saves you all the cabling. You don't have to run snake cables under the floor or in the attic or in the crawl space or whatever your building has. All you have to do is put a digital receiver on the back side, and then you're good to go. It's also a great solution if you have breakout rooms or other worship spaces, overflow rooms, nurseries, cry rooms, anything that you'd want to take a duplicate signal from your switcher's program out and put it on your campus somewhere, you can now do through Dante. Nearly all churches have been doing SDI for this, and yes, it's much cheaper right now to do SDI runs throughout your building and put a $30 or $50 SDI to HDMI converter on the back of a TV, and you're good to go. But if you have a large campus or a large building that you're going to have to run SDI extremely long distances or too long of distances for that signal to not degrade, and you've already got an existing network built in that's got the capacity for this, then Dante AV may be a great solution for you to solve that problem. So yes, it's a little bit sad because Dante AV seems like manna from heaven, finally, the gift we've all been waiting for, the ability to route video seamlessly with almost no latency through an app like Dante Controller without running point-to-point connections anymore. But it still has a lot of appeal for those of us who want to do more with our program feed outputs from our switcher inside our actual physical buildings. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. Make sure you like and subscribe so more church leaders out there can grow the kingdom by using video for ministry. I'll see you next time.